Okay, so the first question is when I first met you, you were looking for a job, right?
Correct.
Okay, so walk us through that process, what it's like being homeless and looking for a job.
Well, it's a freak out for me in a sense. Others, it's not too bad. Um, when you get side jobs, it's a hassle because if you're not welcoming of low pay, you look like you're ungrateful. If you're over welcome of being underpaid, you're taken advantage of. So
Tell us the story of what happened, just a quick overview of what happened with the guy that you were working for.
oh well, he had me go to a house that had been abandoned and raccoons had just destroyed it, peed and pooped everywhere. So there's all kinds of nasty mold and water damage and that's just horrible. So anyhow, we loaded up and then we took it. The very next day, we took the load that we took to other area, and another person wanted to work. We let him work, and at the end of our day of unloading the truck, he took the guy to go get his pay from the bank. Come to find out, he didn't have a license. They were suspended. Wrecked into the side of the bank, just a little bit, taking a few of the shingles off the awning, and then comes back to pick me and the other guy who was working for him up. It says we got to go back to the bank and wants me to take credit for the mistake he made.
And how did that affect your pay?
It had absolutely no offer or reflection of pay at all. There was no offer to say, hey, I'll pay you if you say it was you.
No, I'm talking about when you got paid at the end of the day. He normally paid you in one way, you were saying, and then because you didn't take that, did you get a reduced pay or not the normal pay you were expecting?
It is about the same pay. He'd either pay me 60 or 70. It just started paying us 70, and yeah, he gave me $60 plus bought me lunch for that day, which was less than the day before.
Okay, so he paid you less for doing the same work.
Yep.
Okay, so now we have introduced you to the digital platform and being able to work digitally. Kind of, and hold the mic a little bit closer. Kind of tell us how that experience has been.
Well, it seems very exciting and great. It feels like I'll be taken less advantage of. I'm still not as familiar as I'd like to be with it, and I'm going to do what I can to become familiar and get useful with it.
But what did you learn?
Oh, I learned that you could sell just pictures for covers of clicks, like a cover of a book. I learned you could observe and, gain a lot of knowledge from other people that are doing it. That way you know how to do it yourself. I feel stupid right now.
And as far as opportunities go, a job versus doing freelance work and working in the digital economy. Kind of give us your opinions and your thoughts on that. Like the contrast.
The contrast. Well, I think the freelance work is a great thing. I still don't understand the full grasp of it. I know you pay content creators to boost your content. Is that what that is, basically?
Yeah, they're taking the menial jobs that they don't want to do when they're subbing it out. You're subcontracting yourself.
Okay, so yeah, I get to make pictures for other people and stuff. Maybe make a drawing for someone, or maybe make a slogan like "Be about it or don't be at all." There's a lot of different things I can learn, and I'm learning still, and I'm going to learn how to apply that to the digital community today.
And how do you think it's going to affect the way that you take care of yourself moving forward, as far as the way you generate income?
I'm hoping for the best phenomenal outcome. I want the best possible outcome of the situation.
I get it, but how is it going to affect you? Like, what do you have any plans to implement certain steps? Kind of like, how has this changed your direction versus where you were going in the first place?
Well, it actually has me creating goals for myself and starting a structure to actually schedule my daily routines. That way, through the week, I'm actually making myself do more than just hoping or maybeing. I'll have some type of map or plan.
Okay, and compared to the way that you would find work normally versus doing it in the digital platform, how do you think it's going to affect the way that you make money? And how, do you think you'll make more or less?
I'm hoping I'll make more.
Okay.
And doing it's going to be different. I'm hoping. See, normally I go look for work when I do physical labor. That I actually, like for temp agencies and stuff. But I feel like this is going to be an opportunity to get someone who wants me to work with them. And that's instead of me begging to make barely enough to get by.
Okay. So if you were to give advice to somebody else, considering the way you've been approaching life versus the new approach that you have, what advice would you give somebody that was looking at ways to not only make money but get off the streets and support themselves?
Biggest thing I think is if you're on the streets and you feel like you got it worse than everything and anything in the world, stop right there, because someone's always got it worse. You could be dead, or you could be locked in a physical ailment, stuck in a bed at a nursing home. So, redo that question one more time.
Just how do you give somebody some advice?
Advice, yeah. Smiles.
No, I'm talking about like the way that you make money.
Okay.
So, I mean, I understand that there's a lot that goes into it, but I'm talking about making money. Like, for example, I was going to do the looking for a job, but now I think this might be a better avenue, and this is why. Or, no, I don't really like the digital platform. I really prefer the job. That way you can kind of, if somebody's looking to do something like this and get themselves off the streets, what advice would you give to them as somebody who's just recently been exposed to an alternative way of thinking?
Stay open-minded, humbled, and moving forward. Stopping and not moving forward is going to be what disables you in any aspect or goal or path you're going through in life. So this digital platform thing, if I stop right now and I don't continue to move forward and I hum-ho around, I'm not going to go anywhere. Just like you and anybody else, if you stop the motion forward, you're not going to go off the street. You're going to stay on the street. So I'm hoping that my motion forward through this is going to bring me out of the street.
Okay. So last question. When it comes to just the digital side and learning it and being exposed to it, how would you describe it to somebody else if you were trying to let them know what other opportunities are out there for them?
Basically, it's a way of taking your creativity and putting it out there for other people to like or dislike it. So the more effort you put into what you expose of yourself to the social community and digital marketing and all that is going to be what you get out of it, is what I'm gathering. I'm not sure exactly to that. I'm hoping that's what it is.
Okay, but as compare and contrast, money-wise, how versus the ease of making money on one way versus the ease of making money on the other way. Give us a compare and contrast.
Okay, well, to compare it from general physical labor to sitting on your butt typing on a keyboard. Sitting on your butt typing on a keyboard is not going to break your leg. It's not going to wear your ligaments out. It's not going to wear your cartilage out in your body. It's not going to kill you faster. You're going to live longer. Same aspect physical labor. You might live longer if you stay healthier and you eat right. But if you don't eat right, you're going to die faster. And it's expensive to eat right. So, I'm torn, really, into two ways, because I see a lot of the pros and cons on both sides.
Well, let us know.
Like positive with physical labor, you're going to be strong, you're going to be able to climb walls, hurdle over things, jump, but chances are you might get hurt. Chances are you might not get hurt.
Or you might have to end work early.
Yeah, you might have to work less. If you get hurt on the job doing a physical labor job, if you get hurt on the job doing a physical labor job and you don't have the skill of this digital marketing and advertising and branding, then that's a stream you can actually do while you're doing light physical labor work or even hard physical labor work. But if you don't learn how to multitask both and one falls out, you got nothing. especially with physical labor. I've always been a big freak of physical labor, but lately it's been hurting me more than it's been helping me. And it's not been worth $1. So.
All right.